What's going on, world? I'm Wesley from A Connection TV, the network, the one channel on YouTube where we actually adopt similar connections despite our differences. First off, before I get started with the Walking Dead review, I have to say that I did not review Scandal and How to Get Away with Murder this past week because I just got caught up in work and just not being able to watch it, and yeah, it's been a lot going on. But I will be coming back this week with the Scandal reviews because I love Scandal just as much as any other show that I love, like The Walking Dead, which I just got finished watching, and don't y'all like when y'all watch Walking Dead and excuse the parents, you know, I'm comfortable. Don't you like when you watch The Walking Dead and you know something is going to happen and you call it out and it happens? I told y'all last week, goddammit, that Tyree bitch ass did not handle his business. He did not handle his business. And what happened? The dude finds Garrett, they reconvene. And okay, all right. Somebody tweeted me. I think it was a tweet. Yeah, somebody tweeted me. And they were saying that they think that Maggie is going to die or something like that. And they heard that Maggie dies. I don't know if this is for sure, so this is not a spoiler or whatever. It's just whatever. And they're like, how do you feel about that? Do you feel some sort of way? I was like, honestly, truth be told, I don't really care if Maggie dies. I really don't. She's like, not Maggie, I'm sorry, Carol. They said that Carol was supposed to die or something like that. I don't really care about Maggie either. But when they told me that, I was like, you know what, everybody, at the end of the day, once Herschel was killed, I'm like, any of these people can go, to be honest. So I would not be surprised if anyone dies, but who I do not want to die, Rick, obviously, Carl, Judith, and the girl I mean, she's a baby, but I don't want her to die. Michonne, Daryl, those are the people that I do not want to die throughout the longevity of this show, this series, The Walking Dead. Anybody else is dispensable because we already lost Herschel. That. So anybody else, they're dispensable. Glenn, come on. He's too in touch with his human side. This is not the world for him. Maggie, kill her off. She does not care about her sister. She only mentioned her sister in like a quick, well, what's going on with Beth? I've been looking for her, but they haven't shown me looking for her, but goddammit, I've been looking for her. Where is she? And that brief little moment in the beginning of the episode, Beth didn't even get any visual camera time of them talking about her. It was you heard voices in the background talking about So you can kill Maggie off. Carol looks like she's the least out of the dispensables that I want to go, but it looks like Carol, she's lost and, you know, she's not focused anymore, and she just wants to be by herself. So I'm like, you know what, Carol, bye. But I love Carol though, but you know, I don't want her to die, but if she dies, whatever. So, you know, when I mentioned my list of people that I don't care about dying, the ones that are dispensable, people were like, no, they can't die. I'm like, Herschel's dead. So, like, you know what I'm saying? Whatever. But that's just me. But we tune in to this episode entitled Strangers. I still don't understand why it was called Strangers. Maybe because they met the preacher. Priest, I don't know. But Rick is, and I have to go back to this, Tara, that's her name. I just been calling her the lesbian. Rick we start this episode off with Rick conversing with Tara and saying to Tara, you know, I forgive you, you know, you didn't know, and I respect you and you're one of us now. And Tara's like, okay, give me pound, my brother. And Rick goes ahead and gives her a pound. I'm like, whatever. Excuse me. Then we get with Tyree and Carol talking, getting some water. Tyree is like, you know what? I told Rick, Glenn, and Maggie that they have to forgive you. And you know, I'm going to get everybody else to forgive you too. Carol turned to him and said, I don't need nobody motherfucking forgiveness. She said, I don't give a damn. 2 tears in a bucket. Fuck it, I don't give a damn if somebody approves or unapproves. I did what I had to do. I said, you better go ahead and say that, Carol. You better go ahead and say that. Tyree's like, no, it's important. Because it just is. You know, I don't want anybody to know about the kids. I don't want anybody to know. I just want to forget that moment. Carol's like, okay, but you want to tell people about what I did, but we can't tell people about, okay, I see the double standard, but whatever. But I don't care. I'm like, Tyree, oh God, like, you know, like, why, Tyree, why? Like, I'm just annoyed. Then we get to Michonne. She doesn't have her sword, but she, you know, ends up having to kill a walker with the back end of a gun. And then, what's his name? I had Abraham. I don't like Abraham. I want to stab Abraham in the throat with a spoon. And just until the spoon goes through. I don't like Abraham. He's up to no good because soon as he saw Michonne did that, he told the other girl, the other lesbian, Rosita, this is why we have to wait until our moment. What the fuck does that mean? Orange hair? That's what he's gonna be called. I don't care what his name is, Abraham. I did not like I didn't like him. I didn't like him. And I still don't like him. Eugene, Rosita, and Orange Hair, they're up to no good. I don't know what the hell is in DC. I don't want to go to DC. Fuck DC. Fuck a DC. I don't want them to go. So Orange Hair, he got some up his sleeve. I'm not feeling him. He coming in the scene with the gangster lean thing. He about to run shit. Talking about, okay, let me get to that point, okay? So we get past that. I don't trust Abraham. Rick and Carol talk, and he feels bad that he sent her away. He says, you know, I sent you away to this, and now we are joining you. Will you have us? Carol's like, sure, man, I got y'all. We here. You know what I'm saying? She like, you know, I did what I had to do. It is what it is. You did what you had to do. Rick's like, no, I'm sorry. I didn't want to do it, but, you know, I felt I had some moral obligation to the people, and so I made a decision, but thank you. I'm just like, girl, what's going on with all these people like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. Like, y'all been through too much. Like, at the end of the day, y'all here, y'all about to die. Y'all here, cut that out. I don't know, this is just me. So we get past that, and Carol and Daryl, they sit, and she's like, I don't want to talk about it. She wants to forget it. Daryl hears something in the woods, and he says, shh. Then he says, there's nothing there. Fuck that, Daryl. Last time that happened, what ended up being the issue? Carl and little ass was about to get raped by this fat white man. And then Rick had to slice his ass up like he was from Terminus. That was one of the best scenes ever. Carl was looking at him like, what the? Daddy, stop, he's dead. Oh man, you already know when you hear something in the woods, something is in the woods, Daryl. So the next morning comes by, Daryl meets up with the crew. The crew is on alert because Daryl done told him he done heard something, somebody, somewhere. Daryl comes walking around with 6 squirrels hanging from a chain, a rope or something. He like, oh, you know, the tracks are cold. I didn't find them. Rick's like, I know you good. Somebody's out there. You know, Daryl was like, maybe it was just a feeling. Like, fuck that, Daryl. You already... God damn it, Daryl. You know somebody's out there. Then all of a sudden, help, help, help. Who wants to go help him? Carl. Carl always wants to go help somebody that's screaming for help. Did y'all ever notice that? Carl's always running off, half-cocked, to go be Superman. Superman does not exist in this world anymore, young boy. I mean, Carl, he done manned up a lot. But I have yet to see Carl become vigilant in a scene where he can prove his manhood, prove that he has a dick. I have yet to see that occur. You know what I'm saying? He probably still doesn't have pubic hairs on his balls. And this month, we want to walk out, let's help him, Dad. Come on, we're human. I'm like, slap the boy and go on about y'all merry way. You know what I'm saying? But of course, they run off. They go to save him. You got the preacher, the priest up there, help, 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 on a boulder or something, you know, and the zombies trying to get at him. The crew kills the zombies. Oh my God, this scene, the dialogue, the writers, I love them. Superb. He get down off the boulder and but before I get to that, I don't want to miss nothing. Okay, I don't want to miss nothing because everything leads up to something. Sasha and Bob. Now they playing. Let's play the game of we don't take things for granted. So they, you know, the walking the sun, the unbelievable tan, and I really mean that. Okay, Bob, we're happy that you like to be black. We're happy that you're proud of your skin tone, but this was all a lead-in for you to care about Bob's story. Bob is about to go somewhere. Bye-bye. Bob, did you not notice that Bob had too much conversation? Too many scenes where he was talking. It was too much. We already knew something was going to happen. I already knew something was going to happen to Bob. So that whole Bob and Sasha connecting, okay, yeah, we got to care about them because one of these is about to go. So, okay, it's going to be Bob. But anyway, they kissing and stuff. I can't see Sasha with this punk. I just can't. Sasha is tougher than Bob. So I just can't. It just doesn't compute well in the brain. So we get to the preacher. The preacher come down. The preacher come down and, you know, he throws up. So he's like, hold on, wait. Ugh, starts throwing up. The people looking at him like, really? Really? So, Rick says, do you have any weapons? He says, does it look like I have weapons? The crew ain't moved. The crew ain't smirked. The crew is stale faced. Like, the mother answer the question, do you got weapons? The priest like, they serious. Nope, I ain't got no weapons. Then he says, all I needed was God. God was on my side. Daryl said, it didn't look like it. And then the priest is like, well, I mean, you do have a point, but no, I screamed. And you came running. God sent you to me. I'm like, oh, Lord, here we go. One of them. All right. All right. Anyways, where I'm at. Then the priest is like, nice baby. When he ever did say that, Rick gave him this look. Ooh, wait! If looks could kill, when the priest, what's the priest's name? He even got a credit on this damn thing. So you know he's gonna be in a couple episodes. Where he at? Gabriel. Seth Gillum. When Gabriel was like, that baby look beautiful, baby, Rick was like, I will kill you right now with my pinky. Like, don't mess with Judith. They've been separated for quite some time now, and they just got reunited, and it feels so good. And you talking about the baby look cute? We ain't got time for them games. Rick says, put your hands up, goddammit. He asked him all the questions. The priest's like, what? Kill people? What? No, I've just never had to do all of that. No, that's not the type of life that I want to live. You know, I'm not that type. I always have to, you know, adhere to my sins. But the only one that I relate them to is God. God is on my side. I'm like, oh, God. Okay. All right. Okay. They're like, where are you holed up? I'm holed up in the church. Y'all want to come? So we go and walk to the church. And then out of nowhere, like Gabriel be trying it. Out of nowhere, Gabriel was like, you know what, maybe there's no church. Maybe I'm leading you to a gang of people and I'm setting you up on a trap, and maybe we're gonna just take you and your squirrels. Rick and Daryl run up on him quick. Rick and Daryl run up on him quick like, what? What you say? The priest is like, wait, well, you know, maybe, you know, a lot of people told me that my sense of humor is not to be desired. Daryl's like, you think? So the priest is shook. He ended up running into the bushes and shit. We get to the church. Rick is like, okay, step away from the door. We're going to case out the joint first. So they go through the church. They see all these weird pictures of babies and baskets in the ocean and shit, and water and lakes and shit, near creeks and all this and extra shit. Cans all opened up near the altar, and just a lot going on. Obviously, he's been held up here. They scout out the place. There's nobody else there. The priest is like, I told y'all I was by myself. Oh, God. They find a short bus outside, or at least Abraham does. And Abraham's like, we got a short bus. We need to fix it. I'm ready to go. Let's go. Let's go to D.C. Let's make it work. We could do this in a day and a half. I'm ready to go. Michonne's like, you ain't, who are you? Nah. We need supplies, food, and water. That's what we need. We need to regroup. I'm like, go ahead, Michonne. You better tell this. You better tell him you the third rank in command. Because after Rick is Daryl, then after Daryl is Michonne, you better let him know his place. He's down at the bottom. He ain't even a part of the command team. You know what I'm saying? Glenn barely made it on the command team. You better show your stripes and stars, Michonne. So, you know, everybody's like, we following Rick. Wherever Rick go, we go. We not splitting up again. Glenn said, I thought I made myself motherfucking clear the last time when y'all told me not to look for my wife, goddammit. I'm not splitting up from my people. It's not happening. I was like, all right, Glenn, you still a bitch, but all right. The preacher says there is a spot where I can get where I got some supplies, and Rick says, you coming with us. Tyree stays to protect Judith. Now, Tyree and Carl stay to protect Judith. I think this was a hot scene where Rick had this conversation with Carl about, he said, come here, let me tell you something, little boy. No matter what, no matter if things seem calm, not for 1 second do you let your eye blink before you realize that there's danger yonder. I'm like, okay, all this cryptic talk. Basically, he was like, Carl, you better make sure you keep your eyes open every goddamn time, because don't be trusting these motherfuckers. Ain't nobody here you can trust but us. If something look like it's fishy, it's fishy. It smell like fish, it is fish. Okay? Keep your eyes alert. Promise me that. Promise me that. Promise me you're not going to let your guard down, goddammit. I don't want nothing to happen to you, goddammit. Carl's like, all right, I heard all of that. Okay, listen, Daddy, you're strong, I'm strong, we're strong together. But what I want you to understand is that it's no matter what's going to happen. They can kill Judith tomorrow. We're still going to walk around and kill people and defend our rights. We're still badass. We're going to come out of this no matter what. Doesn't mean that we can't be human. Doesn't mean that we can't save people. We need to be the heroes of this world. So let's just be the heroes of this world, Daddy. Please, let's do this. I'm like, Carl, if you and Glenn don't stop jerking each other off, what is wrong with y'all? Y'all went to a place where they was eating motherfuckers. Y'all went to a place where they was cannibals. What are you talking about? Everybody wants to be human, and fuck that. A fat white motherfucker just tried to rape you in the booty hole. Did you want to get raped in the booty hole? Was you going to, what? Come on, Carl and Glenn and Tyree and Bob. Well, don't kill Carl. I don't want Carl to die. I don't want Carl to die, but all these weak concepts is getting on my nerves. These weak concepts are what keeps conflict happening for no reason. And it's the reason why Bob loses his leg at the end. Not that I really cared, but anyways. So we get past that conversation. Rick said, I don't trust the preacher. I don't trust this priest as far as I can throw him. I'm like, okay, somebody got some common damn sense. Finally, Rick has some common sense. So they on the road You know, Rick, Michonne, Bob, and Sasha, and the priest, they scout the nearby place. Bob says the cure is there, and Rick says, I don't know if I'm going yet, my dude, so stop talking about this place. Bob's like, you know what? You're going to go, and we're going to convince you to go. I'm like, oh, God, Bob, bye, Bob. You're going to die soon. Bye, Bob. So we get past that, and Carol and Daryl walking with the water. Daryl says, I guess you don't want to talk about it, but you saved us. Carol's like, we should have died. You know, Daryl's like, but we aren't dead. They found a generator in the backseat of a car. Apparently the car is working. I didn't think the car was working, but they found a generator in the backseat of the car. Carol's like, you know what? Let me save this for myself for when y'all sleep, and then I'm going to ride off. That's what I'm going to do. But I'm going to tell Daryl, let's keep it here just in case something happens at the church. Sounds good enough. Then we get to Maggie, Glenn, and what's her name again? Tara. They scout out a gun store. Glenn almost gets got by boxes and he falls over or something like whatever. Okay, whatever. Then we get at the food bank. They find walkers in the water. They get in the water. They went through nasty shit to get this water. They separate themselves from the shelves and everything. And you know, the priest, Gabriel, he goes off to the side because he sees his wife down in the thing, or somebody he was screwing. And he loses his mind because he can't physically see, visually see her that way. So he's like, I'm out of here, I want to run. Then obviously the wife goes after him, tries to kill him. Rick is like, we got to save Gabriel. So they kill all the zombies, bang, bang, bang. They save Gabriel. Bob is like, yay, we made it alive. Then he gets pulled under the water. I'm sorry. I would have shanked Bob when he came up, because after swallowing all of that water, you got the virus, my dude, and it's time to cut your throat. I'm sorry. But, Sasha's like, oh, Bob, I'm coming, baby, I'm coming. Fuck out of here. Like, what? He drank all that nasty water, and he pulled up this skeleton that was dripping body guts and shit, and he just ingested this. Like, what? Disgusting. And he's sitting there like, oh, I'm okay now. Whatever. They come out of there with like baskets and buckets and stuff of food and stuff, and they good, they set. So on the way back to the church, he's like, Rick is like to Michonne, do you miss your sword? Michonne's like, that was never really my sword. It was a part of an old life. I'm like, I don't care about all that old life talk, Michonne. You better get your sword back, chick. You better find a samurai store or something. They ain't have no swords at the gun shop. Don't be trying to tell me Michonne ain't getting her sword back. I don't want to hear all that. She talking about, I don't care about the sword. It's whatever. It's a part of the old life. She's like, you know what I miss? I miss Andrea. I miss Herschel. I miss that life. I don't miss the sword and the life that came with the sword. I'm like, don't be trying to calm us down because she ain't got her damn sword. We're not going there. We get back. Carl is examining the building. He just staring at a window. I'm like, what you staring at this window for? What's going on, Carl? What you think you see? We see some scratches on a window. He's like, it looks like somebody was trying to get in. Trying to get in or trying to get out. That's what I would say. Then he's like, come on over here. I want to tell you something else. I've been lurking around this bitch. I done saw and found some things. You see on the side of a building, you'll go burn in hell for this. I'm like, Beth told the priest that he was gonna burn in hell. That's what I'm thinking. Because when I see church, I'm thinking what happened to Beth, and then the cross on the car. That's what I'm thinking. But Beth is about to have her own arc in a couple episodes. But we'll whatever. They all party hard, and they're like, this is a great moment. Then Abraham gets up. He's like, I like to provide a toast. Like, toast to all of you guys. You guys are survivors. Toast to the survivors. They're all happy and shit. And Abraham was like, but is that really all y'all want to be? Look, okay, I understand that this is great for you right now, but God damn it, we have a mission to make and a mission to take. And Eugene is going to take us there. And if I need all of y'all here with us to go. And he's like, what are we going to find in DC, Eugene? Eugene's like a safe haven, food, a building, a shelter that can protect us from any bio threat or whatever, blah, 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 yada, yada, yada. The people's listening. Then all of a sudden, Judith's like, Rick. I swear to God, Judith said Rick. Judith said that she like, Rick. I'm like, what? Judith spoke. Then Rick was like, what you say, baby? What you say? She like, gaga, goo goo. I'm like, that's not what you just said. You said Rick, my girl. You said Rick. Rick is like, well, Judith wants to go, then we going. We all going. I'm like, you ain't about no baby that said Rick about to decide my fate, goddammit. Every time we try to go somewhere, something happens. Something always happening. Every time we try to go somewhere. But we get past that. Bob and Sasha sitting down. Sasha like, you know what? Let me go take Judith away from my brother. I gotta go hold Judith. I'm like, whatever. Bob is like, I want you to give me another kiss. Give me another kiss. Bob looks sick. I'm sorry, let me back up, sweetie. What's wrong with you? You look kind of pale. And it's kind of hard because you're black to be looking pale. What's wrong with you? You all right? It's all like, what do you drink, right? Yo, we gotta kill him. We gotta murk him. Oh, baby, I love you, but I'm not. You about to kiss me on the mouth? When he said, give me another one, I said, something's off. He done passed the virus to Sasha. Bob get up, he walk away. I'm like, what's going on with Bob? He about to die. He know his innards is about to die. He know. His innards is jacked. So, we get past that. Carol is off on the side. She about ready to make her escape in the car that she left. She hears something in the woods. A zombie comes out. She kills it. It's pitch black outside. No street lights is operating now. There's no street lights, so it's pitch black. Daryl comes from behind. He's like, I'm not letting you leave. You're not trying to leave my sight, are you? I'm watching your ass. You're not going anywhere, Carol. We're in this together, goddammit. Then, all of a sudden, you hear a car speed up past them. Daryl looks behind the car. It's the car with the white cross on it. Daryl's like, come on, let's go. Busting out the back, the brake lights. Busting out the brake lights. Carol's like, what are you doing? Where are we going? Daryl's like, they got Beth. Beth, we coming, boo. We coming, Beth. We coming, girl. And Daryl ain't gonna let Beth out his sight no more. Daryl ain't gonna let Beth out his sight. And Carol, you know she ready to fight for anything. She ready to fight for her people. I love Carol. And Carol and Daryl, that's a ride or die team. That's a ride or die team. Then we get to Bob ass leaning on a tree, watching over the people. He start crying and shit. I'm like, all right, Bob, something about to happen to Bob. What's going on? But all of a sudden, Bob get knocked out. Now, at first, I thought that it was Morgan. I'm like, Morgan betrayed my motherfucking team. Morgan, what's going on? But I'm like, nah. That's not Morgan. Morgan not crazy anymore. Morgan already know when it's Rick and his people, they team human. They team alive. They team. So that wasn't Morgan. So I'm like, okay, who the fuck's watching my people? Who watching Team Prison? Lord Jesus, when we come to find out, who the first guy we see? The guy that Tyree was supposed to kill, that had Judith pent up, was about to break her motherfucking neck. He come on looking all cute and shit. I'm like, didn't you get your ass fucked up? Did Tyree kill your ass? Hell no, Tyree ain't kill his ass. Why? Because Tyree is trying to invoke, and that's what Chad was saying on the Talking Dead. I was like, all right, I don't want to watch your ass no more. You trying to give his bitch ass an excuse for leaving the dude alive. Fuck that. You ain't you aren't and will never be her show. Ever. There will never be another Herschel on the show. So don't even dare. Don't dare. And then the host was like, oh, I get it. You're trying to be like her. Fuck out of here if he is. Ain't no damn Herschel. Fuck that. He's trying to be Tyrese. And whoever that is, whatever. But don't be trying to convince anybody that he's somebody Herschel. But Garrett is like, you know what? I didn't want to have to hurt y'all. I didn't. But I have to hurt you now because you took away our home. You and your people. Y'all took away our home. You know, I really have to tell you that I don't want you to take this personal. But this is what we do. We're scavengers. We're survivors. Or some shit he was saying. He was like, we eat people. That's what we do. Then he puts up a big ass slab of ribs. And I'm like, oh, wait, what? What happened? When Bob looked down at his leg, and his leg was missing, and his foot was sitting. Oh God! I'm sorry, I'm not laughing. I am laughing. But I wasn't shocked. I was shocked. I wasn't like, oh, Bob, no. No, I was like, I mean, well. I was like, well, I mean, it happens. You know, he had to go. Another one bites the dust. Bob is not Herschel. I don't care. But damn, if that's the way to go, like you get your leg chopped off because you in the woods crying. But when he got knocked out, come to find out, Bob was the one putting the markings on the tree. Who are you trying to lead to us? Who are you trying to lead to Teen Prison, Bob? I'm trying to figure out who, Bob, are you trying to lead to Teen Prison? But his markings on the tree is going to lead Morgan to the people. That's what I'm reading. And Morgan is going to save either Bob or is going to be a part of the team to save Daryl and Carol. Or Morgan's going to meet up with Rick and join the cavalry. But Morgan going to save these. Morgan going to save one of these, because you see, now we got 3 separate stories now. We got Carol and Daryl, who's a dynamic duo that we've always wanted to see ragtag some motherfuckers. So they about to be the one to save Beth. That's a perfect story. I can see that not 5 episodes. Give Beth like 2 episodes of Daryl and Carol trying to say. I can see that. I can watch that, no problem. I'm interested. Now you got the story with his one-legged Bob at the barbecue. And, you know, the cannibal people, Garrett. Fine, whatever, that's lukewarm. I don't really care about Bob. Never really liked him and his alcoholic ways. Then you got Rick, who's missing his 3 people, and he got this priest that he don't trust. So this story is story A and story B. And B is Carol and Daryl. A is Rick and the crew. And C is, see you later, Bob. I really don't care about your storyline. But we got 3 specific storylines, okay? This episode was kind of lukewarm. It wasn't as explosive, no pun intended, Carol. Bad bitch. It wasn't as explosive as the first episode, but it led us into the rest of this goddamn season, goddammit. It really did. There's a lot of twists and turns, and to be quite honest, I can't wait until Rick busts a cap in Garrett's ass. If it ain't gonna be Rick, it's gonna be Sasha, if Sasha don't get killed off first. But if it ain't gonna, I want it to be Rick. I want it to be Rick. I want it to be Rick. Because Rick said he gonna kill him. I want it to be Rick. But see, and I want Sasha to be mad at Tyree for what happened. For him not killing that was about to split Judith's neck. Tyree is a punk. And you know, Tyree need to be the next to go. And let Sasha mourn for a couple episodes over her husband or boyfriend and Tyrese. I may sound cruel, but whatever. And Maggie needs to go. And let's replace Maggie with Beth Ass. Let Glenn mourn Maggie's death and replace Maggie with Beth. That rhymes, goddammit. Because Maggie ain't giving 2 cares about nobody's Beth. You found your husband, let's go find Beth. Daryl told you it was a car and a cross that took them. Took her. How far? Well, a car can go pretty far. But no! Anyways, I'm Wesley from A Connection TV. Hopefully y'all subscribed, goddammit. I appreciate the comments on The Walking Dead and my review, because just like you, I can ask, dot, and adopt similar connections with you despite our differences and show y'all that I'm an uber fan. And shout out to Uber, because I know some people that use Uber, and yeah, shout out to them, because apparently it's off the hook. You can like link your credit card to the account so that when you go to do Uber or whatever, the app charges your credit card, and it's not like you need to give this random stranger all your information or your credit card information or whatever. It's all through the app. It sounds hot. I got a car, so I'm not using it, but it sounds hot. So shout out to the people that uses Uber. I want to see from A Connection TV. Hit that subscribe button before you leave. Let's get at 60 G's before the end of the month. I really appreciate the love, and leave the comments below because I'll read them all. Deuces. Oh wait, and like the video. And like the video. And leave your predictions of what's going to happen. Do you think Bob is going to be the new Herschel walking around with crutches, or is he gone? Y'all already know what I'm saying and what I think. Deuces.